Should Bo Nickal have wrestled Yoel Romero? Now, I'm assuming that you guys know the story. These two are booked. They're going to wrestle championship match for Bo's championship. Weight class 205 pounds. Yoel misses weight by 7 pounds. Shows up at 212. Should Bo have wrestled Yoel Romero? All right. Now, everybody wanted Bo to wrestle Yoel Romero. I remember in the moment finding out the match was off and being mad. That's not the right word, but having an emotion about it, and it was on Bo. It took a little bit to process before hey, wait a minute. Bo hasn't done anything wrong. Bo's on weight. So let's just use hindsight, okay? And hindsight gives us a few things here. For example, Steven Buchanan ends up taking the match, puts 12 points on the board opposite 0 against Yoel Romero. Like, as Bo's watching that match, he's probably going, oh, geez, there was a glorious moment waiting for me that I didn't do. But Bo did nothing wrong. So let's just talk about hindsight. Right? Knowing everything we do now, if we could go back in time, what would have been the perfect way to handle this scenario? Don't offer Bo the match. Don't offer Bo the match. Having hindsight, and if we could go back, make Buchanan, make Yoel Romero, move on with your life, never have stopped off at turning to Bo and saying, will you do the match anyway? Now, that's just not how it's done. That doesn't happen in MMA. That doesn't happen in wrestling. You do your absolute best as the event organizer to produce the card that you said that you were going to produce. I'm sharing with you in hindsight. So this is like a mythical game, but if we could go back and know that we weren't going to be able to get that match, and we're going to have to move on, and we're going to be doing Buchanan, it would be best if we had not even offered the match. Okay, we get on a scale. This is pass or fail. The scale is not a matter of what do you weigh. It's pass or fail. I got to tell you, I was in Florida for a fight, and it was many, many years ago. I mean, like 2002 or 2003. And I was there to fight Trevor Prangley. And I remember very clearly getting on the scale. The weight class is 185 pounds. I make 185 pounds. Being on the scale, and then the person operating the scale, like moving the number. And then they moved it too much, and the scale dropped too much, so then they moved it back a little bit. And the whole thing's 30 seconds. I just remember, why are you wasting this 30 seconds? This is pass or fail. This does not matter what I weigh. The contract does not matter what I weigh. It matters that I weigh less than 185. And I only bring to you, like, if we're going to weigh somebody in, it is pass or fail. And we try to preserve the card, but if you want to know the answer to a perfect scenario, having hindsight in our favor, don't even offer him the match. You're overweight, you don't get the match. Moving on, here's Steven Buchanan. Now, is that what I would have done in the moment? No, I'd have turned to him and said, hey, will you do the match anyway? But maybe that's a learning lesson. Maybe we don't do that moving forward. You have these athletic commissions, and they have a built-in remedy. And none of them, the remedy is the match is off and this person wins, or there's a forfeiture, or there's a default clause. It always turns into, okay, we had the weigh-in, we missed the weight. Here's 10%. In some jurisdictions, it's 20%. All 10% goes to the opponent. In some jurisdictions, 10% goes to the commission, 10% goes to the opponent. I'm just sharing. It feels like pass or fail. It feels like you're in or you're out. And then it's very easy that you blame the wrong person. Now, I was surprised that Bo didn't do the match. I was surprised. But there was a lot on it. There really was a lot on this match from a perspective that might be hard for the viewer to understand. I mean, this isn't just some guy, 48-year-old Yoel Romero. This is a guy that has a history with your coach, Cael Sanderson, who is the idol of, the mentor to Bo Nickal. There was lots of reasons that Bo would have liked to have done this match, had it go his way, have a level playing field. Don't forget, the weight class that Bo is champion and the weight class that Bo is to wrestle at is 20 pounds heavier than the world championship in MMA that Bo is pursuing. So it's not as though Bo's spotting him weight, but Bo is moving up in weight, and it's not as though that's 5 or 6 or 7 pounds or 3 pounds like boxing. It's 20 pounds from 185 to 205. So for Bo's team to have one requirement, which is you make the weight that we're moving up to in the first place, like, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. But Bo took a lot of heat for it, and there appeared to be no right answer. Like Bo said, well, I understand things happen, and I would have done the match if it was 2 or 3 pounds. This is too much weight. None of those things are wrong. It's a tough situation. And sometimes I feel that the athlete shouldn't be put in it. There needs, right? There's a reason we weigh in. There's a reason there's a contract. This is pass or fail. Doesn't matter what I weigh. Don't move the scale down and see if I'm 183.25. It doesn't make a difference. The weight class is 185. If I'm under 185, we move on to the next one. I mean, it's just food for thought. There's not a right or a wrong answer, but Bo did nothing wrong. Feels like he did, though. You hear what's said in the media. You read what's in the media. People are upset with Bo. Bo didn't do anything wrong.